If we are to locate the bandits' hideout, we ought begin by gathering what information we can from those nearby. I know the way. Follow me.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Haven't you a lantern arisen?
There's been more trouble, as if we needed it. Happened right near here, too. I'd bet my left boot 'twas those coral snakes behind it. Nowhere's safe anymore. Seems they've slipped past this checkpoint and gone right into Batal. Would they put all that effort into honest work like the rest of us? If someone doesn't put a stop to them anon, we'll all be sorry. A city can't function without a steady supply of goods, and fewer carts are making the journey. They say you should be thankful for your life, but simply being alive isn't the same as living, eh? The trouble happened due south of here. 'Twill be those coral snakes again, I'm sure of it.
Oh, the rain has lifted already, I see.
'Twasn't so bad. We'll be dry soon enough.
Was this a band of knackers?
Ice is our ally against such fiends. We are none of us alike in vocation.
That is most fortuitous.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible. Let me get that.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early victim gets the worm, as they say.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
No doubt, this triumph will spur... traveling beyond the rift, I came upon a cave whose secrets you have yet to discover. It is nearby. I lead the way.
Magics have been sealed. These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
Was most effective. The monster seems to have dropped something.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to
I see, not even the Arisen could resist my charms.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. Very well, I shall lend you my aid. You do seem to be in need of it.
The time of our parting has come.
Ah,
Thank you for
good.
everything.
I see the Arisen's found someone to handle our busy work. You would have me lead? Consider it done.
Everyone has their own reasons for doing battle, but knowing that doesn't make it any easier to join the fray.
True enough.
Prepare yourself!
Give it up!
Oh, not
Rise, blazing winds, and scatter our foes!
a hole! That was a sight to behold!
Focus. The battle continues. I like that!
Caught off guard, Arisen.
Have a gander at my wares. You shan't regret it. Pleasure doing business with you.
This can't be happening! No more!
Who are you? What would you with me? You looking for the coral snake's hideout? Don't ask me. They were on us before I knew what was happening. Couldn't even guess where they... Come to think of it, 'twas as we passed the crags to the west of here that they all came out at once. I had a clear view of them from the back of the cart. That's all I know. I ran for my life. Only reason I'm still here. Thought I'd come back, see if aught was left. But just being here again puts my hairs on end. You know what? I just remembered. There was a child traveling with us. Wonder if the lad's all right.
Behold, how the stars shine, Master.
Indeed, you are correct.
First blood's always the sweetest.
You alright?
Halt, I say!
Who? Fight!
I'll have you! Pursuing yon bandit may well lead us to the Fiend's hideout. Come, Master. There's not a moment to lose.
Pray, slow your feet. You run too far. Ought we not to pursue the bandit, Master? This might be our best chance of uncovering the Fiend's hideout. I can guide you to the vicinity of our destination, Master.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Oi! Have you lost it? A child was hurt during today's raid. We don't hurt children. That's the rule. Don't tell me you forgot.
Sorry. Must have slipped my mind.
It's like that, is it? Huh? That what you're gonna tell Lenzo? He says we don't hurt kids. So you better...
Hold it! Who's this, then?
We've got an intruder. I'll go warn Lenzo.
Coming here was the last mistake you'll ever make, cuz.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy. Your ability to trip over nothing never ceases to amaze me.
Oh, don't mind me. These things happen.
Son of a...
No rest for the weary, it seems. We will be hard-pressed to find victory here if we cannot heal our wounds.
I'll get my hands on you, you're in for a bait. Think you can run?
Feeling weary? Not me. I dare say I could lift an ox. The enemy quails before you, Arisen.
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
Perhaps it was somewhat overdone, but no matter.
Where do you think you're going, eh?
Let me see. Where did I put that little treasure I found?
What are you doing? We are in the midst of battle.
Get back here. Where do you think you're going, eh?
Now, there's a novel idea. I've never seen my own master attempt such a feat.
Now that is a surprise. structure of this place eludes me yet. It is quite confounding.
No, no, no.
Am I going to make it?
Come on, this way. I need to get you out of here before things get bloody. That's what Lenzo said to do, if we ever got raided. So come on, you lot. We're going to go see him. He'll keep us all safe. I'm sure of that. They're already here. Run for it!
New blood.
Feast your eyes on this.
Bunch of slug. I mislike it here. Peril seems to lurk around every corner.
Should we be assailed, we have but to best our adversary. A treasure chest. Oh, my mistake. 'Tis merely another spot for gathering materials.
I don't stand a chance.
My thanks. We shall accompany you now. Those coral snakes must pay for their crimes. We shall join you and aid your efforts however we can.
Give no quarter.
Glad am I to have Captain Benjamin's assistance. He shall prove a steadfast ally, I've no doubt.
Indeed, you are correct.
A fine display of skill.
Quickly, Arisen, you must regain your footing.
You can run!
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Seems your luck's run out.
Just in the nick of time. I thought I was done for.
That was rough at times. I find myself wondering why we must fight against our fellows. Indeed, you are correct.
not, Arisen. I shall do my utmost to see that it all comes good in the end.
I knew that I could count upon your strength, Arisen. Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Hugo! We're out of time, lad. We'll have to scarper.
Come in, Lanzo!
But before I forget, here you are. Time for you to make yourself useful. Tisn't the first time I've taught an unseasoned whelp the meaning of betrayal. And it shan't be the last! Goodbye, lad. Don't be sore. You were a fool, but a useful one.
I can't believe it.
Arrest him!
Lanzo? Why?
A job well done. It is unfortunate that their leader escaped, but I very much doubt the coral snakes will be using this hideout again. We'll interrogate the lad and see what he knows. Mayhap he can tell us aught of the leader's whereabouts. The coral snakes are still an enigma. Mayhap the lad can tell us more.
Alas, these bandits are duplicitous devils. I cannot help but feel for the lad, though he was one of them.
A cheerless outcome for all involved.
Keep your ears pricked. Our foes might betray themselves with the slightest sound.
What? Oh! 'Twas but a trick of the light.
Be wary. Narrow spaces limit our paths of retreat.
Let us proceed with due caution. that went as well as we might have hoped. Let us cast our eyes about and analyze the situation.
Save it, cuz. I'm not interested.
Well met. I ought check my stock.
The wise know to expect the unexpected.
Go on, let's have a look. I shan't resist.
No sense travelling when I'm happiest here. You're worrying. You aren't living, I say.
Tomorrow.
Gotta crack a few skulls if you want to be topped off. If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go away. Only a master.
You'll have to do well to beat today's gossip.
This is private land. You've no...
Stomach's complaining. I'll have an early supper.
I see which way the wind's blowing.
If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
I suppose all with...
Lenzo. Why?
What's this? Come for another laugh, have you? Coin's a fine thing. Even in a place like this, it's got its uses. Reckon ye must be touched in the head, giving coin to a would-be murderer just to hear his story. Still, suppose I'm no longer a part of this, so I'll tell ye a little something, as thanks for your generosity, cuz. I got this job by way of the coral snakes. I only did as I was instructed. If you want to know who hired them in the first place, you're best off asking a snake. Lucky for ye, there's one right here in the jail.
Ugh. Ugh.
I'm off to the tavern.
Lenzo.
The coral snakes are still an enigma.
Ugh.
Ah, good. You return. I find myself on edge when you stray from my line of sight.
You would gather materials here, Master. Can we really afford to carry more?
Mayhap you will think this a trifle, but do you recall when I was a fighter? Fervently defending you with sword and shield. Things are much simpler as a warrior. I need but forge on, weapon raised.
Can't put a price on peace. Did you need something, dear? Did you need something from...
Hoy! Looking... No need to overthink it. You can check... it on a whim. Many thanks.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently.
Look around, human, but be sure to buy order. Another day over.
Me? I sell... Now, this hardly bears saying. But don't you... dare try to... Always a pleasure. Interested in my wares?
Well met.
If I were you, I'd keep my distance. Tell is, they study a means to dispel the threat of the dragon. I won't claim to understand it, but it seems sacrilege to me. Still curious.
How might I be of service? Welcome and well met. If you, as a discerning customer like yourself will doubtless appreciate, we offer excellent service at a fair price. In my line of business, patience is key. Always a pleasure. Fancy a look at my wares?
'Tis an item of exceptional rarity. I cannot wait to tell my own master of its existence.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
I will keep practicing.
Begging your pardon, sir, but I'm on...
These writings could be of import.
Let's have a look then. We must rest, though the sun is still up.
I shan't complain.
The hours seem to fly when I'm here.
Pray, slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Looking for all in particular?
Got to work if I'm to put bread on the table. All I ever do is work now. I swear I'm not.
Mayhap you will...
Beg pardon, sir, but you wouldn't happen to be Batali, would you? You're not? Oh, thank goodness. I've a favour to beg, and I dare say I oughtn't ask it of anyone but a fellow Vermundian. This letter must reach the hands of a man called Ernesto. I've heard tell he's stationed on Volcanic Island, but the road in that direction appears to have been blocked off. 'Twould seem another route lies to the south, only 'tis plagued by monsters, and I dare not brave it myself. But you seem the capable sort. A soldier, I dare say. I'm sure such beasts would pose little trouble for one of your skill. Pray aid me in this matter, sir. I should not ask such an ordeal of you if I was not sorely desperate.
This needs to be delivered. Shall we see it done?
Look around if you must, but be sure to buy aught.
Have a look. Hoy! Look, no need to overthink it. You can change it. On a whim. You've many thanks.
I thought you might choose that vocation, Master. It suits you admirably.
I eagerly await the battles to come.
Most of our guests only do take care to leave the room as you found it. If there's one thing I... Shan't suffer, 'tis untidy lot. Do come again. Most of our only do take care to leave the room as you found it. If there's one thing I shan't suffer, 'tis untidy lodgers. Always a pleasure. Well met, sir. How might I assist?
Few are privy to the goings-on in the Forbidden Magic Research Lab, even among the Batali.
Indeed, and the researchers employed there are as tight-lipped as they come.
test appears to be beyond our reach.
Is there no way to reach it?
Can't expect to fare so well every day.
I've got my feet always leave me here.
Well met, sir. How am I interested in my wares?
Hi, no need to overthink it. You can change. It on a whim. You've not. Many thanks.
This might be worth a read.
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
Me? Now, this hardly bears saying, but don't you dare. Try to take anything. Always a pleasure.
'Tis most exhilarating to hand over such a sum.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be called extravagant.
Ah, well met. You'll be glad to hear we've succeeded in capturing another of the coral snakes. Fortunately for us, this one started talking the moment a bargain of acquittal was mentioned. Mayhap through speaking with him, we might discern some means of loosening Hugo's tongue. Ah, fortunately for us, mayhap through speaking...
Mayhap I really would have been better off.
Mayhap I'll come here.
At any rate, is there any need to travel with so many sorcerers? It is unfathomably enormous. I dare say a cyclops would be as an ant beside it.
I should like to know its purpose. Where is it headed?
It ought to be stopped, but it doesn't seem likely to heed our commands.
Hang in there, Master. I am coming to assist.
Lord Phases! 'Tis not a foe to be faced by those hoping to see the morrow.
Mine's not the stone puppet, then. We move.
I'm simply to deliver him to the tower, eh? Suppose I would have expected a catch.
My word, what is that? Yon statue appears to be pursuing Lord Phases.
Ah, now I understand.
Let us do whatever we can to slow it down. It might prove futile, but it's better than watching on in despair.
Understood.
Look out, Arisen! We're under attack!
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Look, Master. There are cracks in the construct's exterior. I shall not fail.
If you would. What would you do without me, Arisen? I was standing here, mate.
That's enough. Its current course will take it to the ruins and encampment. Does it mean to tromp straight through them?
Suffice to say, not even the Arisen could command it to halt its march.
We've heard a lot about this Lord Phases fellow. Perhaps we will finally gain an audience with him at Moonglint Tower. I can guide you there if you wish.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
Battle is best avoided here.
Pray, do not impede me, sir. I'm...
Never did I dream you would grow so mighty, Arisen. You're a sight to behold.
You would gather materials here, Master. Can we really afford to carry more?
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support.
Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
Will? Not to put it to good use.
Very well. I shall lend you my aid. You do seem to be in need of it.
Would that I could stay with you forever, Arisen.
Good. I see the Arisen's found someone to have. This rumor has been troubling me ever since I first caught wind of it. Apparently, there is an illness we pawns can catch beyond the rift that makes us a danger to ourselves and others. Symptoms include an unruly attitude and overconfidence. And in the end, we turn our backs on our master and our duty.
Indeed. Well, you're no soldier. I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you a roof over your head at least.
You shan't hear me complain about an Our adventure continues.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
I hope you slept well. Here at last.
Pray, hold a moment. Have you some business in our encampment? You may call me Ernesto. I have been charged with overseeing the patrols here on Volcanic Island. I'm afraid I cannot allow you to simply wander about as you please. Might I inquire as to what brings you here? You came all the way out here to deliver this to me? 'Twas most generous of you, sir. Now, pray, grant me a moment to pen a missive of my own. There you are. Would you be so kind as to deliver this to a man by the name of Barbas? You will find him in the Agamemnon ruins, not far from here. Do this, and the author of that letter shall be afforded refugee status. I trust you understand the importance of this task.
It is a glorified errand we've been given, but we'd best see to it all the same. You'll not live to regret this. Feeling weary? Not me. I dare say I could lift an ox.
You must cleanse yourself with that oil, post haste.
I'll encounter the same spell that will overwhelm our foe with our combined magic. Reinforcements? Would that we had such resources? Arisen, you are full of surprises. I look forward to informing my own master of that strategy.
Now that is a surprise.
Over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Another encounter? I ill like this. We are already hard pressed of our previous engagement.
Look at it. The beast can scarce stand. A well-placed strike ought to send it gazing skyward.
Strike fast, and our quarry shall fall. Quickly, Arisen. You must regain your footing.
Oh, I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
If we're to have any hope of victory, we must employ every tool and tactic at our disposal. It seems we have enraged our foe. Tis weak to lightning strike.
I am grateful to you.
The enemy slows. Perhaps we have tired them out.
Ha! They don't stand a chance against us now.
Focused attack will end this foe. Allow me, Master. This foe shall fall by my hand. This foe is nigh unstoppable when 'tis wrong. We must do all we can to prevent it from losing its temper.
Then we'd best
Hang in there, Master. I am coming to assist.
Right, I've got a grip on our foe.
I shall be glad to assist you, Arisen. You see,
Strike hard enough, and we might not have to do this twice.
a focused attack will end this foe.
No quarrel here. Rise, raging winds, and scatter our foes. Watch your footing, Master. Losing your balance on an incline this sharp could be perilous. This is what we get for underestimating our foe.
We were unprepared for such a struggle.
You'll not live to regret this.
Arisen, are you all right? Our best bet is to target his belly.
We might have an easier time of it if we can knock it onto its back. Very well, if I must. Very useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few. No rest for the weary, it seems. We will be hard-pressed to find victory here if we cannot heal our wounds. When tarred, be sure to avoid open flame.
I must admit that it feels wonderful to strike true. I hope you weren't expecting mercy. I ought to have braced for that. Caught off guard, Arisen. Sir Acarchius is counting upon our aid. Let us seek out Sir Barbas in the Agamemnon ruins with all due haste. I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way. You must cleanse yourself of that oil, post-haste. It shall be done. I am here to aid you, Arisen.
You'll not live to this. Good work. Plenty more with it. Sir, Acarchius is counting upon our aid. Let us seek out Sir Barbas in the Agamemnon ruins with all due haste. I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
The guide is most welcome. There, Master! Knackers!
It cannot weather ice's numbing grip.
Got ya! Die! You're mine! Got ya!
Oh, I hope you weren't expecting mercy. Not me. I dare say I could... Sir Acarchius is counting upon our aid. Let us seek out Sir Barbas in the Agamemnon ruins with all due haste. Fret not, Master. I know precisely where this person can be found.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
'Twould be a wasted opportunity not to make our delivery while we're here.
We ought to make the delivery now.
A band of knackers.
Ice attacks work wonders against their ilk.
I'll incant the same spell and will overwhelm our foe with our combined magics. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say. Over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
I dare say I could lift an ox.
Master, if ever your pack grows cumbersome, know that I would be glad to purchase any...
As a matter of fact...
Give me a wrist. I shall see to it this does not happen again.
Hi, I'm Barbas. What do you want? Hi, I'm Barbas. What do you want? Brought something for me, have you? Let's have a look there very well. You may leave this matter in my hands. I wouldn't worry too much. I've no doubt this poor exile's request will be approved. You've done a good thing this day, sir. I know it isn't much, but I want you to have this.
Mayhap 'twas somewhat overdone, but no matter. With any luck, Sir Akarkis shall know peaceful haze at last.
Twould seem the stone puppet has stopped. Have the wounded been tended to?
Yes, my lord.
Good. I trust you are prepared, Sovereign of Vermund.
Will it really be all right? I'm not about to be charred, am I?
Fear not. You are in no danger. The dragon shall be under my control when it appears. Come. Let us press onward.
Well met. Pleasure doing business with you.
Why? Peruse at your leisure. Yes, sir. Always a pleasure.
Polishing my eye through the short straw. Let's watch.
I don't feel safe here.
foe.
A blow to the heart could end the beast.
Stilling its pulse is no mean feat, but it can be done. Now, while the heart is exposed. The dreaded sealing of magic.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy. Do not waste this chance. We must press home our advantage.
A focused attack will end this foe.
Very well, I must.
This foe can usurp the minds of thorns.
I shan't suffer such an offense. We are our master's myrmidons, and no others. Very well, I must. You'll not live to regret this.
Douse the flames before 'tis too late.
Do you really need my aid? You must try to free yourself. I am grateful to you, Arisen. As you wish. I shall return directly. I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
I shall fly to your aid, Master. The foremost priority is to douse those flames.
Mustn't let the captain see my name smoking.
Oh, I could use a rest.
You're no soldier, are you? I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you a roof over your head at least.
I have no issue falling asleep.
Though our foes were familiar, our tactics were most novel. 'Twas an edifying journey, all in all. I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Off we go, then. I hope you slept well.
Greetings, Sir Arisen. Have you come to enjoy the waters of the curative spring yourself? The injury I sustained in Her Majesty's defense is healing steadily. Yet 'twill be some time before I am ready to leave. Though I am grateful for this opportunity to convalesce, I grow restless, as there is a matter I wish to investigate post-haste. Perhaps you would look into it on my behalf? I wish to know the identity of the villain who orchestrated the attempt on the Empress's life. The rogue you captured has been questioned at length, but last I heard has yet to reveal this information. Methinks you might fare better at breaking his silence. So, the brigand claims to have been employed by the coral snakes. Interesting. Whoever is truly behind this has covered their tracks well. But if Her Majesty is to be protected, we must flush the betrayer out at all costs. Might I beg a moment of your time, Sir Arisen? What I'm about to reveal is known only to a select few in all Batal. I trust you will be prudent. During his interrogation, the brigand let slip that another assassin would be sent to kill the Empress. In the name of caution, Her Majesty has taken up residence in a location known only to me. There she will remain till the danger has passed. With Her Majesty safe, and the knowledge of the coral snake's involvement under our belt, 'tis time for us to make our move. Yes, Sir Arisen. I mean to draw the villain who set this scheme in motion out of the shadows in which they lurk. My plan is thus. You will inform the coral snakes of the Empress's location. A false one, of course. Tell them that you have her in your custody, and that if they wish to confirm her identity, they must come to the empty abode south along Flamebearer Palace Road. 'Tis my hope that this will lure the mastermind to the fore. For you.
A simple conversation oft reveals what a week of searching never could. Whom shall we speak with first? You would have me lead? Consider it done.
I find goods for sale.
Leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to me, Master. I shall sniff them out and mark them on your map.
All told, I'm rather satisfied with my performance.
Let us work together to honor the Arisen's trust. This rumour has been troubling me ever since I first caught wind of it. Apparently, there is an illness we pawns can catch beyond the rift that makes us a danger to ourselves and others. Symptoms include an unruly attitude and overconfidence, and in the end, we turn our backs on our master and our duty.
Indeed. Well, we shall have to remain watchful, lest one of our company should start showing signs of this.
I've weapons to sell. Truth be told, I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave, what with the volcano growing more active of late as well. Much obliged.
Well met. Living's hard.
First, must the field, then at poise.
Hastened home. Were this not my duty?
I'll sleep like a log tonight.
Would that I now had forced to draw steel.
Not a bad You scared? You should be. Where do you think you're going,
Come on then.
turn you into a pincushion! We are to share information with the coral snakes to lure out our foe. Mayhap the jail is our best avenue for this.
Follow me, Master, a few words?
I'll bring you to the one you seek.
The guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and... I act. Ah, good. I see the Arisen's found someone to handle our busy...
Follow me.
the flames before it is too late. I shall fly to your aid, Master.
That was outstanding, if I do say so myself.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack.
Ow! What do you want? I'm in no mood to have my ear talked off, thank you. My back's afire. I can scarce talk for the pain. Leave an old man be. Mind, I wouldn't say no to some wildflowers, if you happen to have any with you. A handful of those, and I could prepare a poultice that'd help me make it home. What is it now? Unless you brought me some wildflowers, I'd prefer to be left alone. Well, that was most kind of you. My thanks for the trouble. Right, here goes naught. Ah, that did the trick. Relief at last. I was beginning to fear that I'd be stuck here for the rest of my days. I've a mind to thank you, sir. Would you look in on me at my home? I live nearby. There aren't too many houses out here, so you'll find it soon enough, I expect.
'Tis a pleasure to meet you.
The time of our parting is come. Thank you for everything.
Shall we discuss tactics now or later?
Tis clear you're not interested in arriving at our destination, so I'll hold off on guiding us there for now.
Good morrow, everyone.
Come, we've much to be getting on with. Shall we get...
It's underway.
Just follow me.
Aye? Beg pardon, sir, but...
Forgive me, dear. I forgot to tell you. I asked this good sir to look in on me.
Oh, not this again. How many times have I begged you not to bring strangers into our home?
I know, dear, but this one's a kindly sort. Brought me the wildflowers I needed to make it home when I threw out my back.
'Tis always one reason or another, isn't it? And has it e'er ended well for us? Not once. Mark my words, no one wanders this far out unless they are running from something.
This one's different, I promise you. You've heard tell of the Arisen, have you not? The hero who travels far and wide to track and fell the dragon.
Oh? So this stranger claims to be the Arisen? Believe what you will, but expect no hospitality from me. You may tend to our guest yourself.
You will have to forgive my wife. She has her reasons for being mistrusting, but you deserved a warmer welcome than that. Now let me fetch your reward. Wait here a moment. Oh! Fie! My back! I've done it in again!
Goat stuffer, when will you learn to be more gentle with yourself?
Oh, hold your tongue! All the gentleness in the world won't stop the hurt from coming on when 'twill. It's only gotten worse of late. There's naught for it but to make for the curative spring.
In your state, you'll ne'er reach it. And that's to say nothing of the monsters that haunt the roads out there. They'll be on you in a moment if they see you limping along on your own. Oh, would that I could take you to the spring myself, but alas,
Don't even think on it, my dear. I'd not ask that of you, knowing how crowded places of that ilk make you feel.
But what are we to do? I fear for you, my love.
Fear not. You'll have your reward. I just need to sit still a moment. You'd be willing to accompany me all that way? You see, my dear, what did I tell you? The Arisen's a goodly sort. I've an eye for people.
Oh, don't be a fool, Gaustuffer. You have barely spoken to this person. What if you were being deceived? Did you think of that?
Come. Surely there are far more clever lies to tell if one's intent is to swindle. I'm not sure I can afford to refuse aid so freely given, my dear.
So be it then. 'Tis plain your mind's made up.
We'd best be along. My back isn't like to fix itself.
Pray see my husband safely to the encampment. I shall await your return.
I shall do as you say.
This curative spring sounds as if 'twould do wonders for an aching back. Let us see the good dwarf there post-haste.
Very well.
I'll guide you there directly.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Could I trouble?
Was most effective.
with my thanks for this. Keep an eye out for monsters now.
Follow me. Follow me, Arisen. Right, just follow me.
Could I trouble you to walk a wee bit slower? My back is like to... Oh! There it goes!
Here, if you please. If your pack grows over full, simply ask me to sell off your surplus items. I'll have the gold for you in a trice.
Follow me.
Can't expect to fare so well.
I drew the short straw. Let's watch.
Everyone's as tired as I am. Right.
Do try to keep me in your sights, Master. I shan't lead you astray.
pirate lot.
Puh! That's like to make me sick, it is. Still, there's not a swig of newt liquor can't fix, I always say. Bollocks, I'm all out. Boy there, come at a fine time, you have. Care for a rotten egg? 'Twas soft boiled right here in the hot spring. 'Tis mostly sand, won't kill you or naught. Bought me some newt liquor, have ye? Many thanks, Cos. Don't mind if I do. Aye, that's the stuff. There's naught finer than a gulp of newt liquor. After a hot bath, 'tis bliss, pure and simple. But I'll need me a nibble to go with my glug. Down the hatch. Aye, this is a dream come true, 'tis. Suppose you deserve aught for your trouble. Here you are, cuz. A soft-boiled egg, specially prepared right here in the hot spring.
At last! I've ne'er seen a more welcome sight. The spring here has been visited since times of eld for its curative properties. I only hope to be able to ease the ache in my back. I'll go have my soak now, if 'tis all the same to you. Can't have Cleona fretting over how long I've been gone. Ooh! It twinges a bit.
'Twould seem I owe you a debt of gratitude. And an apology. True to your word, you have seen my husband safely to the spring. I was so afeard for his well-being, I couldn't bring myself to sit at home, waiting, wondering. So I followed you at a distance, though now I see I needn't have. My husband and I are met with persecution everywhere we turn, you see. More than one village we thought to call home has driven us away. That is why we live in so far-flung a place. Gaustaffer can bear the judgment well enough, but I cannot. You, at least, have proven deserving of our trust. My husband was right about you. You are a kind soul, indeed. I shall not soon forget this good turn you've done my husband and I. You are welcome to visit us again, if your travels should happen to take you as far as our abode. I would fain lend you my skills as magic archer, Maester. And I'm certain my husband would be only too glad to take up his blacksmith's hammer for your sake.
You earned a favor from the magic.
Short though our acquaintance may be, your kindness and sincerity have earned my respect. And so, to aid you in your duty, I would grant you this technique, my most guarded secret as maester of my art. After all, I owe you a debt of gratitude. 'Tis the least I can do.
Time for a few sips. Well now, if it ain't the current arisen. Faring all right? Have you come for a dip in the hot spring? Or mayhap to speak with me? Is that right? Suppose I can indulge you a moment, so long as I've a drink in hand. Consarn it. This bottle's empty. Apologies, cuz. But I can't talk with a parched throat.
I know you made the right choice, and that's that.
Greetings. I expect you must be weary from your travels, but you'll find this hot spring well worth the trip. Its healing waters draw upon the volcano's natural heat. Take a dip, and your fatigue shall melt away in moments.
Always a pleasure.
I can hardly believe it turned out like this.
Don't think you're safe just because you're in the city. Monsters have gotten bolder of late. And one found its way inside the common quarter just the other night. Much blood was spilled before the thing was cold. You could say 'twas an ill twist of fortune, but mayhap we ought to be better prepared for such incidents. I wonder if building a nice, high wall...
No sense dwelling on our train for this. Silence cultivates with learning new things is much to ponder.
Now here's a welcome sight.
Nice place, this. I mean, if you miss this, you'll be well sorry.
The world could use more places like this.
How can I get this colour to come out
I ought
brighter?
to act a little more cheery.
Hey, Apple, buy me a farm. That'll be the day.
We're not to talk during missions, sir.
Buy me a drink.
At last.
I've no need to clean. Let my fur lie on me.
Not much going on.
A pleasant spot to while away an afternoon.
Fancy a look at my wares?
A soak in the hot spring was just what I needed. My scars have healed up nicely. I'd sooner be home.
It's no easy thing, making a living.
By getting cut open.
I drew the short straw with this watch.
You're no soldier. I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you a roof over your head at least.
You shan't hear me complain about an early repose.
Twas intriguing to watch a mage hold their own on the front lines. I did not think such a thing could be done. Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Off we go then.
Feeling rested, I trust.
Well met. I've weapons, truth be told. I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave. What with the... volcano growing. More active of late as well. Always a pleasure.
You know, I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give... you a roof over your head, at least. Much obliged.
The Maester's teaching is yours, Arisen. I dare say there's no truer sign of mastery, nor better reward for your efforts.
You're no soldier. I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you a roof over your head, at least. Always a pleasure.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
We are to share information with the coral snakes to lure out our foe. Mayhap the jail is our best avenue for this. A person of import, I take it. Very well. I will lead the way.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
I would welcome a talk with you. I have you to thank for this, do I not?
Do to neglect proper nutrition.
So, we finally...
So you're the one Benjamin sent to get the whelp to talk, eh? Well, go on then. Don't dawdle, and I'll thank you not to distract the jailers from their charge.
We'll see if you can escape.
Who are you supposed to be then, eh? Quit staring. Wait, you're one of the ones that came crawling into our hideout. Yeah, ain't funny really. But seeing you's reminding me of that bleeding runt's face. I'm talking about Hugo, of course. Didn't you hear him sobbing as we left? Lanzo, why? Boo-hoo! Bet he's still crying over it, eh? Like a babe without its mum. Of course, Lanzo's already forgotten about the poor sod. Was right glad to be rid of him, truth be told.
That blackguard. Oh, it tells me there's more to his tale. Not sure I can stomach it, mind.
Hugo's been following Lanzo around ever since he was a kid. Wouldn't quit it neither, even when it got him a beating. Still, there's a use for whelps like him. Guards aren't like to throw a brat in jail for pocketing a few trinkets, eh? They can earn their own living that way. When one shop starts getting suspicious, they just move on to another. Easy pickings for a kid. And having a few whelps along makes setting up in a new town a trice. The guards don't suspect a thing. But Hugo had gotten too big for that, see? We'd run out of uses for him. Well, save throwing him to the dogs, so as we could make our escape. Hard to believe the lad never figured out we was using him. Real loggerhead, that one. Did he ever tell you his story? About how his parents were killed by brigands or some such? Couldn't be more obvious who that was, eh? His mum was a comely lass. Don't remember a thing about his da. We roughed them up, had a bit of fun. Emptied their purses and the like. Lanzo slit their throats himself. 'Twas hard not to laugh, watching daft little Hugo grow up, hanging off Lanzo's bootstraps and never questioning a damn thing. We've a new hideout now. Over on the ancient battleground. Aye, I ain't afraid to tell you that. I might owe Lanzo a favour or two, but not enough to rot in here for him. In fact, why don't you go pay him a visit, eh? Ain't right that I'm the only one in this hole.
Listen to this, cuz. With the coin you've been giving me, I'm getting myself moved someplace nice. Over in Vermont, I'll not be locked up in a filthy cage like this. You can count on that.
Pfft. What do you want? You've got the Empress? This some kind of jape? Suppose the fact you're telling this to me means you're in the know. You one of us? Right then. I'll pass these tidings along to our interested party. Where should I tell them to find you? The empty house south of the Pilgrim's Path, is it? Fair enough. Fear not. I'll arrange for the interested party to meet you in the empty house south of the Pilgrim's Path.
What do you want now? What? He said... What? That can't be right. But... if he did that to me... then what about all those kids? He can't have killed all their parents too. Can he? No. Tell me it's all a lie, damn you!
Seems we've heard all this scum has to offer. Makes you sick, doesn't it? I can't solve all your problems, you know.
Can't you see I'm on duty?
Aye, what can I do? Oh, you want the bandit whelp released, do you? I suppose I could consider it. Aye, being head jailer has its privileges. I could accommodate such a request if I were so inclined. Of course, you'd need to prove your integrity first. I can't go around unlocking cells for just anyone. Aye, you've made your case well. I'll see to it that the request for the lad's release is put through. But you might have to be patient. One cannot rush these things.
By your command, Arisen. Allow me to lead the way. I can take you to our destination by the optimum route.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all ready for the morrow.
At least here I can enjoy my own company.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around.
The time of our parting has come. Thank you for everything, Arisen.
I hope I can count on you in a scrape.
How might I be of assistance?
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
Should we hunt a few monsters to start the day off?
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
I don't know about you, but I am full of vim and vigor.
There's a time and a place for idleness, I suppose.
I'll treat myself to a tipple before bed. I try my hand at a new trade.
How can I get this colour to come out right?
What was it I had planned for the morrow?
Want some in a real battle? I'll prove my worth.
This is beyond unjust. Best mind yourself in my presence.
If you're looking for the whelp, you'll not find him here. He's escaped. And that bandit with the loose tongue's dead. Took a knife to the gullet. Not hard to guess whose 'twas. And sign it. Suppose he was rotten to the core after all, like the rest of those snakes.
Good thing I'm here, really. I know just where to go.
Wrong. Mayhap I'd best begin anew.
As you wish. I shall return directly.
At least dreams.
Welcome.
Pleasant space.
I'll sleep like a log.
I'll gladly stay a while.
Time to find me a mark.
For someone else.
That's enough of one in town.
Well met. Far too many people here for my liking.
A customer, then. That changes things. Just tell me what you need, and I'll see it done.
You're welcome.
I've got to focus.
This crowd.
Shift only
Interested in my wares?
Hoy! No need to overthink it. You can change it on a pleasure doing business with you.
A customer then. That changes things.
It's my duty to find them. To polish up our gear for tomorrow.
Too early for dinner.
Sir Arisen, I take it you have given the Coral Snakes the information we discussed. Then the villain behind Her Majesty's assassination will doubtless be compelled to act with all due haste. And so must we. Let us begin our preparations presently.
Our preparations are complete. Shall we make for the empty house in Back Batal?
Very well.
I'll guide you there directly.
Well, now, isn't this lucky? Someone who knows the way.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master.
We're going this way now, I suppose. By your will.
There will be other opportunities to lead. For now, let us follow.
Might I implore you to play the part of a bandit, Sir Arisen? As one of Her Majesty's champions, my face is like as not to be known to our villain. I have also employed the aid of a woman resembling Her Majesty in stature and build. She will fulfill the role of Empress during the exchange.
No, Manella. We must go ourselves.
Your Majesty, I don't think...
Should the ruse be discovered too soon, the renegade may flee and escape justice. We must confront them, so that our land and its people may ne'er endure such uncertainty again.
Understood. Then I shall guard your Majesty with my life. We must needs be ready for whate'er comes, Sir Arisen. Pray, tell me when you are prepared. I suspect the villain will approach under cover of night. Are your preparations concluded? I am glad to hear it, and not a moment too soon. We have received word that someone approaches our location. Find a way to loosen the villain's tongue. I shall remain hidden till the opportune moment presents itself. May all go as planned.
I am come. Would you kindly open the door? Let us not waste time. I am here to confirm the identity of your captive and naught else. Where might she be? Indeed. 'Tis the Empress and none other. Fortunately for you. Had it been anyone else, your head would now be free of its shoulders. 'Tis by the Coral Snakes' failure that she yet lives. I trust you are prepared to rectify this mistake. Go on. Kill her. How dare you!
Sir Armhild! So 'twas you!
Manella, this little ruse was your doing, I suppose?
In part. But let us continue this discussion in the interrogation room. I want it all on record.
Indeed. Armhild, though it pains us, we must place you under arrest.
You'll do no such thing. I bid you both farewell.
No! Stop her!
Forgive me, Your Majesty. She is gone.
Armhild, why?
I am come. Would you kindly open the door? Let us not waste time. I am here to confirm the identity of your captive and naught else. Where might she be? Indeed. 'Tis the Empress and none other. Fortunately for you. Had it been anyone else, your head would now be free of its shoulders. 'Tis by the coral snakes' failure that she yet lives. I trust you are prepared to rectify this mistake. Go on. Kill her. That is far enough. You must forgive me. I suspected foul dealings from the moment I heard the Empress was being held here. However, with this display you have earned my trust. In truth, she cannot die here. We must have her meet her, and in a place more fitting. Tell me, do you know what it takes to inspire action in this world? Tragedy. Yes, tragedy. The emotion that floods forth in the wake of such events can change the world entire.
Consider what a tragedy of singular measure, such as that of a great leader martyred for her ideals, could achieve. Why, the flames of revolution would burn eternal.
A worthy funeral pyre for an empress, wouldn't you agree? And so Her Majesty's tragedy must be made a spectacle of, that all Batal might bear witness and shed tears of blood.
So this was your aim. It all becomes clear.
On your knees. We have you surrounded. Sir Armhild! So it was you!
Manella, this little ruse was your doing, I suppose. And as for your Majesty, I must say I am disappointed. You would go so far to save your own neck, rather than do what is best for the future of this country.
We understand what you desired to achieve. Yet we also believe that no ideal can truly be born from bloodshed. Perhaps you will ponder this in your solitude. By our authority as Empress, we hereby place you under arrest.
Sir Irmhild's was a vile plot. I only hope she is the last villain seeking to advance her aims through murder.
Now that the matter is concluded, we can reflect on how we might improve.
We pity Irmhild, but her ideals are not our own. We do not believe that Batal would be best served by a martyred empress.
I shall escort Sir Irmhild to her cell. I cannot thank you enough for your aid in this matter, Sir Arisen.
That fool understands naught. Does she think she can exact change in this world through goodwill alone?